Community Podcast. It's wonderful to have you here, and we're excited for another new episode. My name is Inise Viale, and I'll ask the other wonderful ladies to introduce themselves as well.
Bulavanaka, I'm Lenny. I'm one of the founders here at Homes of Hope, and we're so glad that you're joining us.
Bulavanaka, I'm Ineta Benava, and I'm also a staff at Homes of Hope in the Community Department.
And I'm Turenga Christopher Nakalevu, National Director of Homes of Hope.
Bulwinak ladies, and welcome again. So our last episode was us talking about, one was our target audience, and our target audience is families. We believe that everything starts in the family, and by doing a podcast like this, we hope that we'll reach as many families as we can and talk about problems and how to prevent them, especially when it comes to forced sex. We also spoke about forced sex. Simply, forced sex is something that isn't asked or just taking it without permission. So if you'd like to know more about that episode, please feel free to go back and watch it. As for today, we're going to talk about Homes of Hope and everything and all the work that happens here. So I'd ask Auntie Tu to please tell us what goes on in this campus.
Thank you very much, Inise, Bulavinaka, and really Homes of Hope is a restorative care, not only as a residential campus, but really advancing towards a training program. So our intake, and those that we enroll onto Homes of Hope, or withdraw, as was previously known, our target population is really girls that are 26 and below. These are who are the survivors or the vulnerable to situations of forced sex, and whom we provide care to. As they are on campus, there are 3 cohorts that we look after. These are by referrals. We also have those that are vulnerable, and we also have the 3rd cohort being the alumni. When they come on campus, they are here for a training program. Given their situation and being marginalized in the society, being deprived of their education advancement for reasons that are known to because of the situations faced and circumstances they had in the families, they are here and they go through a training program. The duration of stay varies according to their management plans. And on their choice as well. We work alongside these girls, and their choices are given. They have a voice. We give them an opportunity to speak for themselves. They have a dream. They have aspirations in life. So we take an opportunity to sit with each girl, and we go through their aspirations. We go through the realities of their circumstances, their education level, their capacity, and then they are mentored towards their goals. We have a basic empowerment program, which one of our colleagues will talk about more. But these are the 3 cohorts of girls that come on campus. We also have a new opportunity for alumni, those that have been previously in our campus with a previous program, and they want to come back because they want to sharpen their skill set around their aspirations of either in farming or in one of the other training labs that they have had an opportunity to learn from. And these girls come in for a tailored program, and we work alongside outsourced ministries and private sector that help us with this training program to sharpen the skills. We offer both the hard skills and soft skills, but while they're here, we also go through their life journey, providing hope and also living day by day with each of these girls. Thank you, Amy.
And for a lot of these girls, this has become the home for them, right?
Yes.
Like you talk about dreams. Every little girl, everyone has a dream.
Yeah.
And I guess everyone here tries very hard for every girl that walks through our doors to achieve that dream when they do leave.
We're very purposeful to be a family, operate like a family.
Yes.
So this is anti-two, anti-eta,
Right.
anti-lini, anti-ini. We don't want this to be an institution. It's never been designed that way. And so we love that part of it, that Homes of Hope is a family.
Right. Yeah, and maybe let me just take us back to how girls enter our gates. Right? Yeah, and as we have heard earlier from our friends, it's not just a safe haven or a shelter for girls. And in terms of how do they come to us, we get referrals from service providers, from the counseling services, from key government stakeholders. Cases are referred to us, and hence they are brought to us, and they are looked after within the campus. So we heard Auntie Turenga talk about the training that happens on campus. So once a girl is brought to us, we have stages.
Yeah.
You know, the first stage is usually the stabilization stage, and they work closely with counselors on campus, and that's where it's decided how they transit to another stage.
Yes.
And at Homes of Hope, we have what we call their training labs. We offer hard skill training in the form of basic baking skills in the bakery, basic sewing skills in the sewing lab, and also we have a guest house where they, put into practice becoming a homemaker, and all of those, and also we have a farm where they learn nature-based solution farming, so that they become, supporters of their family in terms of the area of food supplies. Yes. Yeah. And maybe on a personal note, I had the greatest privilege of being invited to join the team at Homes of Hope, and that was a couple of years ago. And my entry point at Homes of Hope was to be a tutor to the youngest mom at that time, who was only 11 years old. And I see that as a greatest opportunity for me, having to enter through those doors. Yeah.
So when the girls come onto campus, when they're enrolled at Homes of Hope, our job, but our delight, is really to lift them up and to give as much of us into them that would help them as possible. And so what Auntie Tu and Auntie Etta talked about was we're a sense of family, so that provides belonging for the girls. We provide soft skill and hard skill training. The girls have to wake up on time. They have to show up to class on time. They have to wear hairnets in the bakery. So all these soft skills are part of the hard skill training. So that's one aspect of how we build them up. But we have other things that we do. Do you want to talk about your inner life? That's an important part.
Yes, I think in developing a person, we not only look at the hard skills or entrepreneurial skills or survival skills, but we also consider their holistic well-being. And this ranges from their inner being, being able to be assertive, being able to have, stability within themselves and their dignity, their self-worth, being redeemed, so that they are able to flourish and thrive in the other aspects that they are here for and trained to be. So one of those skills, inner life, one of the program that we teach here is inner life, and that is basically just, bringing the inner healing, the trauma, because of the circumstances that each of these girls have gone through. It's traumatic. Their ability to cope is very limited, being young, being a girl child themselves. So in inner life, we connect them with God. With God being a faith-based organization, we also bring into perspective if every human being has a faith to connect to. And that is what we teach in Inner Life, just to give them that stability, knowing that they have a dignity of life, they have worth of life, there's value in their humanity. So in Inner Life, that is what we bring. We have a focus group around the discussions on their faith. How do they practice their faith? How do they bring faith in there, even though the circumstances are nasty? How can they cope? How do they bring that into perspective as they continue their life journey here at Homes of Hope?
Yeah. So I think we really wanted this episode to explain to you the scope of Homes of Hope, so that you know who's talking to you.
Right.
So you've learned about who comes onto campus. You've learned that Christ and his inner work in our lives is paramount to the work that we do. You've learned about the hard and soft skill training that we do. We do financial literacy, but another aspect of what we do to help bring healing to many of these girls is we have various trauma therapies that we do, which we just love that aspect. And so we have talk therapy, which most people know the word counseling, but we also have art therapy and dance and movement. We have poetry and writing. So we have various aspects where sometimes trauma gets locked inside and you can't find the words to express it and to release it and get healed. So therefore, we've provided these different avenues of trauma therapies that the girls can express without using words and help get healing for themselves. So I think that, Ini, this is a broad overview of the work that we do. Would you want to add?
Yeah, so while they are on campus, there's a team that works with their family because we would have to integrate them.
Right.
And so there's a team that works with them. You know, they are toolkits that, we sensitize and trauma inform their respective families.
Right. And I think just in addition to what Auntie Ed has just mentioned, because they come here only for a short period of their life journey, they go back to their familial place. So that is the significant part of having to work with their family, so that it buffer the environment that they have come out from, they've withdrawn from, and then they've tasted the familial or family environment here, the sense of belonging. They feel safe. They are protected. The same environment, the conduciveness of that protection, we also try to replicate with their families. Hence that program of the family conferencing, as well as the community outreach.
Right.
So it's all connected.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not an easy job. That's what everyone does here. I started 3 years ago, and since we're trying to protect 3 years ago, and when I started the plan of getting a job and then what I got to see, it made me reflect on whether I was being a good parent, whether I was protective enough. And I would say that it happens to all of us because of what we hear and the different stories and of girls that have come through our gate. So that's today, and we'd like to tell you about Homes of Hope and what we're doing, and we hope you've enjoyed this episode. We hope that what you heard has helped break down some of the barriers you might have held towards yourself or others who may have been impacted by forced sex. If you'd like further information, you can visit our website on www.hopefiji.org.
Or if you have comments, questions, or you would like to share your own story, please email us on Homes of Hope podcast@hopefiji.org.
And for those of you who live in Fiji, if you need immediate assistance, here are some places that you can contact. The Child Helpline at 1325, the Domestic Violence Helpline at 1560, the Counseling Helpline at 5626, or Lifeline Fiji at 1543. Further areas of assistance would be Medical Services Pacific, Fiji Women's Crisis Center, or Empower Pacific. Nakalevu.
Naka.
Naka mo demanda.